Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to make a quick video introducing you to a very special new addition to our family. As you may have been aware if you've been following my videos, I have been pregnant with our second baby boy. He was due on the 14th of February but came a week early, but he is doing really well and we are so happy to have him join our family. So I'm just going to introduce you to little man now. Here he is. We are both twinning in our whites. He's so cute. He looks so much like his older brother. It's the first thing I said to my husband when we first saw him, of how much he looks like his brother. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how his face changes as he grows older and how different they both look. So in terms of baby, he is doing really well. He very rarely cries. He's such a good, easy baby. He sleeps most of the time, to be honest, and only cries when he needs a feed. And he'll wake up every 2.5 to 3 hours to feed, and he'll feed about 2 ounces of milk. I always offer him 3. Sometimes he'll have 2.5, and sometimes he will finish the 3. But he does suffer from a lot of reflux, so I need to make sure that he is upright when he has his feeds, and then I'll feed him about 1 ounce, burp him, and then feed him the rest, just to make sure that he does keep it down. He's starting to have a few more times where he is awake a little bit longer, so sometimes he'll probably stay up for about 1.5 hours before he goes back to sleep, and it only really happens like a couple of times a day. So we love every moment with him. Of course, we can't wait for the days that he can smile and interact with us, but at the moment he just looks around. And I try and give him some black and white things to look at. I also talk to him, sing to him, cuddle together, and I've introduced him to some shakers, rattles, that sort of stuff. In terms of his health, he is doing really well. He's gained quite a lot of weight since his birth. He was 7 pounds and 1 ounce when he was born. Usually on about day 3, babies do show signs of weight loss, which is very normal and it's expected to see. He didn't have very much weight loss, which is great. I wasn't able to breastfeed with him. I wasn't able to breastfeed with either baby, so they were formula fed, and then I pumped for a while, so he got all the colostrum that he needed, and now he's on formula only. So his weight gain has just continued and he's doing really well with that. I had an emergency C-section with him, which was a last minute decision, very quick decision that was made, and it was the right decision because once he was born they had him set up to a machine where he was being given oxygen before he was given to me. It was taken quite a while before we were able to have skin-to-skin contact. And then on about day 3 he had jaundice. He was looking a little bit yellow, his eyes were a little bit yellow as well. Again, very common for newborn babies, and most of the time it does go away on its own. Most babies don't need treatment for it. He didn't need treatment for it, and since all of that he has been absolutely fine. He's had no health issues, so we've been really happy and enjoying this newborn stage together. In terms of his personality and what he likes, I think he really misses being in the womb. He loves to be swaddled, he loves white noise, and it just really helps soothe him. So that's what we're doing for him. So I think that's everything for baby. In terms of myself, my recovery has been really slow this time round. I had a C-section with my first baby, but they do say with each C-section it does take a little bit longer to recover. I've definitely felt that this time round. I did go into triage because I was so worried about how much pain I was in. And they just said that I was doing too much. So I kind of slowed down a little bit, and that has helped with my recovery. I haven't been out and about yet with him, but I am going out today, and I've got friends coming over tomorrow as well. So finally people get to meet baby, and it's also nice for me to get out and about and see some friends and catch up. In terms of the C-section scar, they have cut in the same place as my old scar, but I'm not sure if they've cut it out because all the indentations are still in the same place as my old scar. I'm not sure what's happened there, to be honest. It is quite neat and I can't complain, but I might be looking at getting it revised in the future. When I took the tape off, I could feel all the stitches, that even though they were dissolvable stitches, I could still feel them on the outside, and I was really, really worried about it. But about 4 weeks later, they started to scab off, and now the scar is a lot smoother. And in terms of his name, we really, really struggled to give him a name. I don't know if you remember in my gender reveal video, as soon as we found out it was a boy, I was already thinking of the nightmare of having to find another boy name. We struggled with it so much the first time. I don't know how we were going to pick a second boy name. And for the longest time he didn't have a name while I was pregnant. And then eventually I decided to sit down and force myself to find a name. We had decided on Amin for ages. I just thought Deanne and Amin sounded really nice together. They were very soft names. Amin sounded like a younger brother name. I thought it would be really easy for Western culture, Western society to pronounce the name as well. So it was a name that we had picked out for him for the longest time. And then we had another name just kind of sitting there in the background that we weren't sure of. And Deanne is a 5-letter name. This was a 5-letter name. Deanne's IYA in the middle matched the IYA in the middle of this other name as well. I also feel like it's a name in its own right. I'm not sure if I can explain this very well, but I feel like it's a name that you could give to a elder child, a only boy, or an only child. It just feels like a little bit stronger. So in the end we settled with Riyadh, which we think is a really lovely name. Everyone that we asked to choose between Amin and Riyadh, most people chose Riyadh. And I do really like it because I think it is not as common. It might be a little bit more difficult for the Western community to pronounce, but we would just have to correct everybody, just like we correct people with Deanne's name. It's just a very common theme to having a foreign name. We've officially registered his name now, so it is sticking. We are spelling Riyadh without the H, so it's not the same as the capital of Saudi Arabia, though people do link it to that. I really didn't want a place name, but it's one that we liked. It actually means gardens, so I think it reminds me of peacefulness, serenity. That's what I think of when I think of garden, like beauty. So those are the sort of things I think of when I think of gardens. And hopefully that's what his personality will be like. But it does look so nice written down, which is another reason why I was drawn to it. But I'm really happy that we've gone with it. But anyways guys, that's it for the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave any comments down below if you have any questions. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Look at him, big eyes. He's got really big eyes. Whoa.